The trailer and newly released images for Squid Game Season 3 have sent fans into a frenzy, offering chilling clues about the fates of the remaining contestants still trapped in the deadly competition. In this breakdown, we're diving deep into what might be in store for some of the most talked about characters, beginning with one of the most conflicted souls in the series, Minsu. Minsu has had a turbulent journey throughout the games. Once perceived as spineless and easily manipulated, Squid Game Season 2 ended with a surprisingly bold move from him. In the final vote to determine whether the deadly tournament should continue or end, Minsu cast his vote as X. A stand against Nam-gyu and Thanos, this decision was more than a protest. It was a rare moment of personal agency from a character who had, until then, mostly followed orders and survived in the shadows. This sudden courage likely wasn't born from nowhere. His brief but powerful connection with Sammy, one of the few characters who truly treated him like a human being, seems to have lit a fire within him. Sammy, whom Minsu infamously betrayed, ironically became the one person to genuinely care about his well-being. Her influence was profound, and her death, tragic and unjust, left a void that reshaped Minsu's perspective. In a poetic twist, his final vote mirrored hers, perhaps a quiet way to honor her legacy and atone for his past mistakes. But as Season 3 looms, things take a dark turn. In new images and footage from the trailer, it's revealed that Minsu has changed his vote to O, choosing to let the games continue. Fans are left asking, why the sudden change of heart? The answer may lie in fear, manipulation, and sheer survival instinct. With both Sammy and Thanos gone, Minsu's last remaining connection from the previous games is none other than Nam-gyu himself, a brutal, calculating force who already proved his willingness to kill when he eliminated Sammy. It's not hard to imagine Nam-gyu intimidating or coercing Minsu into changing his vote, especially now that Minsu fully understands what Nam-gyu is capable of. He may have voted O not out of loyalty or belief, but out of terror. This paints Minsu as a coward on the surface, but that would be a mistake. Minsu is not weak, he's evolving. His arc has been slow burning, filled with internal conflict, shame, and hesitation. But that only makes his potential redemption all the more satisfying. Season 3 may finally give him the opportunity to rise. Imagine this, Minsu, biding his time, pretending to side with Nam-gyu, playing the role of the obedient follower once more. But this time, he's waiting for the moment when he can finally stand up, reclaim his dignity, and bring justice for Sammy. Taking down Nam-gyu himself would be the ultimate payoff, not just for Minsu as a character, but for everyone who's watched him suffer in silence. His journey has been one of guilt, fear, and loss, but it might soon become one of redemption, courage, and justice. What do you think Minsu's fate will be in Squid Game Season 3? Will he finally break free of his fears and confront Nam-gyu head-on, or will he fall deeper into the cycle of manipulation and regret? Squid Game Season 2 left us with countless unanswered questions, and perhaps one of the most haunting is the fate of Kang Dae-Ho, also known as Player 388. In the heat of the players' desperate revolt, Dejo was assigned a crucial task, delivering rifle magazines to aid in their uprising. But paralyzed by his worsening PTSD, he froze, unable to act. His failure to follow through had tragic consequences for many. Yet ironically, it may have been the very thing that spared him and Hunju from the massacre, allowing them to survive and move forward into the chilling new chapter, Season 3. Fast forward to the recently released Squid Game Season 3 trailer, and we see a very different Dae-Ho. His expression is hollow, his eyes sunken with trauma. The weight of what happened in Season 2 still hangs over him like a ghost. He's not just physically alive, he's carrying the emotional burden of every fallen friend, every decision not made. In one particularly striking teaser image, Dae-Ho is shown standing on the iconic winding staircase alongside other surviving players. Their eyes are locked upward, gazing at something off-screen. But what are they looking at? Theories are swirling. Some believe it's the bodies of the fallen rebels, perhaps even hanged by the guards, as a brutal message to the rest. Resistance is futile. A chilling display meant to reassert control through fear. Among those presumed corpses? None other than Jungbei, Dae-Ho's fellow Marine, and the companion he bonded with deeply during the chaos of Season 2. If true, it would explain Dae-Ho's devastated demeanor. He's not just looking at a body. He's staring into the lifeless eyes of a friend he failed to save. This theory gains even more traction when you consider that actor Lee So-won, Jung-bae, revealed in an interview that he would appear in Season 3, but only as a corpse. A quiet confirmation, yet deeply unsettling. With the guilt of past choices consuming him, Dae-Ho enters Season 3 as a broken man. His PTSD, now compounded with survivor's guilt, leaves us all wondering. How much more can he take? Will this trauma push him to redemption, or lead him straight into elimination? What do you think lies ahead for Dae-Ho in Season 3? Will he overcome his inner demons, or will they finally consume him? The closing moments of Squid Game Season 2 delivered one of the most emotional and tension-filled scenes involving Park Gyung-seok, aka Player 246, and Kang No-Eul, the pink guard with a known soft spot for him. As the dust of the revolt began to settle, we watched Player 246 held at gunpoint, moments away from what appeared to be certain death. The guard who pulls the trigger? It's almost certainly No-Eul. But if you were watching closely, you may have noticed something crucial. The way she lowers the gun, the angle of the shot. It strongly suggests she deliberately aimed downwards, potentially sparing his life with a non-lethal hit. This wasn't some last-minute moral crisis or twist of fate. Throughout Season 2, it's made clear that No-Eul's bond with Player 246 runs deep, rooted in her emotional connection to his terminally ill daughter, a girl she clearly cares for. Though No-Eul is introduced as a cold and efficient enforcer of the game's brutal rules, cracks in that armor begin to show. Her growing disillusionment with the guards, the system, and the twisted power structure becomes more and more visible as the season progresses. No-Eul's internal conflict is powerful and deeply human. She isn't simply questioning the player's choices, she's also confronting her own. Her role in the games, while originally motivated by justifiable reasons, now feels hollow. She's come to realize that the games are less about fairness and more about exploiting people's desperation, hers included. In the Squid Game Season 3 trailer, we see a major shift in No-Eul's character. No longer just a silent soldier, she's seen crawling through air vents, actively searching for an escape route. And based on later scenes showing her outside the game's walls, it looks like she actually makes it out. But escape doesn't mean she's running away. It may mean she's planning something much bigger. Why? Because she's not alone out there. Detective Hwang Jun-Ho is also seen lurking beyond the perimeter of the games. And now, with Kang No-Eul in the same area, theories are flying that the two will connect, uniting as unlikely allies to bring the operation down from the outside. No-Eul's insider knowledge of the layout, the command structure, and the locations of the VIPs and the frontman could make her an invaluable asset to Jun-Ho, who's been hunting the truth about the games for years. Together, they could form the perfect resistance duo, the ex-guard who saw too much and the detective who refused to give up. While Kang No-Eul and Jun-Ho had relatively limited roles in Season 2, everything about the Season 3 trailer suggests their storylines are about to take center stage. The games are bigger, the stakes are higher, and these two might be the ones who finally push back. What do you think? Drop your thoughts and theories in the comments below, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more Squid Game breakdowns and theories. Thanks for watching.